study on date psychology recently revealed that 48% of men 26 to 40 years old have not approached women in the past year, and 60% of men aged 18 to 25 said they haven't. In the entire dataset, 30% of men said they never approached a woman in person before. Ever.
They actually went into the reasoning behind these men not going and speaking to women. And I believe the list was scared of rejection, scared of like an HR response or being reported or Me Too'd in some way, shape, or form, not being successful, and just not feeling the need to walk up to women anymore was also one of the many answers that men gave on the list of reasons why they no longer approach women. So it's interesting out there.
Nothing makes a woman commit to moving a relationship forward like a man who isn't interested.
Do you trust your man around other women?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you trust other women around your man?
No.
If women don't even trust other women, why would they expect a man to trust women?
Hate to break it to you, I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
Divorce laws are also a good reason why not to marry a woman in the West.
Women don't need men. Do you want to elaborate a bit on that?
A lot of people think that women need men in society to maintain. I don't think so. I think women would do better off without men. I agree. Men, on the other hand, are quite motivated outside of men. Older women who are divorced and don't plan on getting in relationships anymore still maintain their lifestyle. They still keep their places clean. They still maintain.
But what happens in this scenario? Within 72 hours, there's no electricity. There's no food, and you don't have male firefighters to put these fires out. So let's assume like a woman loses her residence. What then?
Women know how to collect food. I mean, back when we were hunter-gatherers, the gatherers, being women, would
you think the average urban woman knows how to collect food in the forest?
Yeah, that's what women used to do.
They used to do, but that was like taught. So you take like a man who's grown up in an urban environment and a woman who's grown up in an urban environment. They both have like very little knowledge.
It is only about money, so they want to have the richer guys, which are what women always wanted. How is that feminist? I wonder how many great guys have been discarded because the woman reached that enlightened stage where she wanted what every woman in history has wanted.
My channel is pretty much built for women to become better partners for their husbands or for their boyfriends. And a lot of women hate my channel. If you hate my personality, that's one thing. But if you hate my message of how to be a great partner, and then look in the mirror and say, why don't I have a great husband? I think we just found the answer. Sorry.
Women play the victim successfully throughout their lives in order to achieve various objectives such as financial gain, receiving attention, or avoiding consequences. Women en masse are now raising young boys to believe they are evil and toxic. They are on a mission to devalue and obliterate all facets of traditional masculinity.
What do you mean, what would I do for you? Like, are you the girl? Are you the girl princess? What do you want? What do you want? What can I do for you? Ew, literally, what can you do for me? That's the reframe. That's how you should be thinking. What can I do for her? For her. Because I don't believe men were worshipped. No, it was the women. The women, if we go back in history, I know we failed that class. God, I don't even know if we showed up. And by we, I mean you. I definitely went. I failed, but I went. And I know that the women were worshipped. The men wanted to marry the women. The men showed up with gifts. They showed up with offerings. They said, I have these things I can provide. I can do for her. Let me marry her.
Ask not what your man can do for you. Ask what you can do for your man. Do you see the problem? Women want a man to treat them like princesses. Men need to make millions by more than 6 feet. look like Chad, provide for the princess, and become a satellite that orbits around the woman to please her until his last breath.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dating pool for men in 2024. Here we go. Crystal, she's 31. She says, mother of 4, freshly out of a 13-year relationship, so I'm moving slow. Where? Whose metric are we measuring this by? Must respect my kids come first. Must respect my ex, father of my kids. Those two are actually quite actual factual. Healthy, right? This is where it gets ugly. And this is just where it goes straight down to hell. Must be 6 foot or over. Must be a family man, a provider and protector. Must be patient and kind. I'm pretty basic. I work a lot, take care of my house and my kids, and stay to myself. Occasionally, I'd like to go out, but truly, I'd rather be home cuddled up watching movies. A lot of men will date single mothers, but not ones fresh out of a 13-year relationship, and not ones that think their standards are so high that they can set a qualification for height.
The whole idea of strong and independent women is based on an extreme level of feminism that promotes male oppression, and women take over control of their entire lives in an act of revenge against all the women who have been oppressed by men throughout history. It doesn't make sense.
We're painfully single. The only romance in our lives is in the fake scenarios we imagine to fall asleep. We're painfully single. Our expectations are so high, the only men that could reach them are fictional. We're painfully single. We're convinced that the boy we saw at the airport 5 years ago and never saw again was our soulmate.
You've almost got it. Let's keep tugging at this string here. Are we starting to maybe see a pattern? All of the behaviors you've described involve, if not avoiding men entirely, projecting fantasy elements onto unsuspecting himbos that you'll never see again so that you don't have to face the reality of the actual human conditions and the imperfections that lie within it. Wait, so refusing to talk to anybody who isn't a wealthy 6'4" librarian who's obsessed with cooking and cleaning and won't let you lift a finger hasn't been rewarding and empowering for you as a woman? What you are describing is called escapism, and a little bit of gentle escapism can be nice. That's why we like video games and books and sitting on the toilet until our feet go numb, but too much of it will just keep us lonely.
This is not a feminist point of view. Women have always gone after men who had more money than they do. That's human history. Now they, being strong, independent feminists, also only want a man who has more money. Isn't there some kind of peak in their thinking? They're using the same thinking as all women before them in history.
Would you rather one evening with me or a year's supply of this sandwich?
Let me tell you something, a pastrami sandwich never asked me to Uber them home at 3 a.m. A pastrami sandwich never gave me no lip or attitude. A pastrami sandwich.
Men are in trouble. Girls these days are too arrogant.
I choose sandwich.
These poor men. Somebody said pastrami. Oh my god. Pastrami for a night or pastrami sandwiches for a year. Somebody else said the best part of a pastrami is that it lets you eat it in peace. I actually didn't realize there was a sexual innuendo in that one. I was just like, oh, you just get to eat in peace.
The modern Western woman is no longer an ideal worth fighting or protecting. Just get out of the way. The best way to defend yourself from a punch is to make sure you are not present when it comes to a strike.
Thing is, women don't understand how many men actually don't mind providing for them and how many men want a serious, committed relationship. But where are all the good men? They're just waiting for a woman who's worth providing for.
Do women even realize a significant strata of desirable men are simply not available to them? Note that today's world comprises men who are self-actualized enough to recognize common life strategies are not worth pursuing. This requires unusual insight, intelligence, and initiative.
And I don't mean to make you an example out of you guys, but what I'm trying to say is that parents, a lot of the times, protect their daughters from doing undesirable things that will hurt their ability to find a man in the future. Pornography, OnlyFans, all this stuff hurts your chances of finding a suitable husband. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so good to be with parents and why men value that, because your parents are the first line of defense of you tarnishing your ability to find a man. No guy wants to walk down an aisle, right, and marry a woman that he knows was involved in, you know, pornography, OnlyFans, being a like, no guy wants that, man.
They'll smash you, but never take you serious.
Yeah, they might have sex with you. I mean, I don't want to be like an asshole, but have you guys ever asked yourselves why your guys haven't proposed to you?
That's why. Because of lifestyle.
Like, yeah. I don't mean to like be an asshole, But think about it. Your guy's been with you for 7
lifestyle.
years and he's been with you for 7 years. Why haven't they proposed to you?
Because of the
Lots of
lifestyle,
reasons.
the drinking, the OnlyFans, the strip.
It needs to be taught to all young women straight from school that they have a limited shelf life in terms of reproduction, and there's a sweet spot when they are most fertile, and they need to seriously consider their options before it's too late. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support, so please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.